Welcome to another episode on our channel. We wanted to show you off all of our male medieval knights that will complement our all-female Vikings. And I drug him in because it's kind of a special day today. He reminded me it's our anniversary. We do several episodes
in advance,
so
you
won't know what it is.
You won't know what day it is.
And I won't know what day it is.
She never knows what day it is.
Because I never know and I never pay attention.
Unless I forget.
Unless he tells me.
Or I forget.
And he forgets. Or he forgets, So
yeah.
Anyway.
Remember Valentine's Day 2 years ago? I forgot.
I don't remember. And it complicates things when you have an aneurysm, Sometimes I struggle for a word here and there and it comes out like it's supposed to, then it's coming out like it's supposed to, and then it twists into something slightly different, which then I have to re-record. But we don't script any of this stuff.
No, we don't have teleprompters, scripts.
I looked at the monitor just to make sure my figures look good. And I look good because the hair has to be, Anyway, now I have to look in the monitor to make sure he looks good. But
I'm just looking on the monitor on top of the camera. So that's just me.
Anyway, here's our male medieval knight set. There are 3 red knights and 2 black knights. So this was the first one that was made. And then the second one, I'd say, was a tie. I can't remember if it was, I used Jake Gyllenhaal for one of the medieval knights, and this is a U.S. Army soldier from Easy and Simple, or Simple and Easy. I can't remember what it's called, but I love this head sculpt.
You got a lot of traction out of that head sculpt, too.
Yeah, I've used it.
He looks Greek. He looks like a special ops.
Roman.
Yeah, we're a special ops guy in Afghanistan. He looks like a Roman.
He looks like a medieval knight.
He looks like a medieval knight.
Yes, he looks like a medieval knight. That's why he's here. So the younger guys are kind of in red, and the older dudes are in black.
Did you say dudes?
Yes, I did.
She said dudes.
Anyway, and I put the robe on. I was going to put the robe on the new guy that we just recently made, but it's got to go on Jake.
New guy didn't.
He's the most visible one, the one that you most recognize here. So, and this is his head sculpt from Mysterio. So I really liked it, and I thought, wouldn't it be cool for a medieval knight? And sure enough, it turned out to be very cool for medieval knight. So matching uniforms for the red guys, matching uniforms for the guys outfitted in black. There are some subtle differences among these guys. A couple, 3 of them have shields. This guy has a shield. This guy has a shield, and this guy has a shield. Most of them have swords. All but this one. This one has an axe head, and I have to say that is most likely a coup model axe head, because don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't fall.
I was going to say, this thing actually has an edge on it,
and it weighs a ton. It weighs a ton. Keeping it in his hands is half the battle. I'll probably have to use hot glue to really keep it in place, but even then it weighs a ton and could easily fall out despite having hot glue on it and that sort of thing. There's just no way he can hold it up in the air, though, because it's way too heavy.
I mean, it weighs more than the figure. But.
So I figured this was the place where it would be the most likely to actually keep standing.
You bet it's not ferrous metal. You'd use a magnet to hold it in place.
Oh,
but right. It's not ferrous metal. It's not. It doesn't.
Are you sure? A magnet?
Yeah, I put a magnet against it and nothing.
Oh, you already tested it out?
Yeah.
Ooh, isn't he a smart?
Married you, didn't I?
Smart guy.
Should we tell them how long?
It's a few years.
Seriously, we're newlyweds, so.
No.
No?
No. It's you told me what it was this morning.
You forgot. See, short-term memory.
I don't. It's
Want me to
not.
tell 'em or-
It's not important for me to remember these things. I don't even remember, like, my birthday. I don't really want to remember my birthday. I'm not really into presents and that sort of thing.
Yeah, but
and
our age, the thing is, people want to give you things.
I'm not into that. I'd rather get stuff for myself, like making things. This is my fun, you know. When we started dating, I said, no flowers, please, no flowers. I didn't like the idea of killing something to give it to. I know
Yeah, so
it's crazy, but that's just me.
she doesn't like now.
I don't want flowers. Now, if you give me a plant,
Oh, like
that's better, but I'll probably kill it because I won't know how to take care of it right.
which is why I take
just
care of
as
you.
bad as cutting it and giving it to me that way.
Which is why I take care of your orchid from 2 Valentine's days ago.
Yeah, and it's still growing and it's still alive, you know. Even my coworkers know that I have trouble keeping plants alive. So a few years ago, one of my coworkers gave me a cactus plant. I did keep it alive for like 2 years, and then I don't know what happened, but I lost
It's
the
a remarkable
cactus.
talent.
Yes.
Live where we're living and you can kill a cactus.
I don't know how I did. I don't know. I'm not really green with a thumb in terms of knowing how much water a plant should get, when it should get the water, how much sun it should get, and that sort of thing. He can figure that stuff out. And your grandfather was really good at that stuff.
Yeah, my grandfather could keep African violets. That was his favorite thing to do. Mm-hmm. Rows and rows of them inside in a Missouri winter, blooming during the winter.
No, I can keep plastic,
usually
leaves and flowers. I can keep them
usually
around. or little miniature things, they can stick around. But anyway,
we digress.
Here are our medieval knights, and they're all unique. Some are clean shaven, some have just a mustache, some have beards and mustaches or stubble and so forth. And this guy, I'm sorry, he's got a look on his face that looks like anger, but it could also be interpreted some other way, which I won't say. But
looks like he's having a bowel movement.
I wasn't going to say that, but you get the picture. Anyway, so I typically will keep a helmet on him because of that look. Anyway, yeah. And of course you saw this more recently, we do have a medieval horse that we could put one of the Black Knights on.
I'm not entirely convinced that those figures' legs will split out enough.
Far enough. I've gotten some figures on Mark's horses. Oh, that gives me an idea. You know how these horses can cost you $150 to $250, with saddles and stuff like that. Even a horse without a saddle can cost a lot of money. But if you get a Mark's horse, which is 1/6 scale, and you just paint it the right way, it can be actually quite nice. I think I will do one of those videos.
That saddle would be impossible to replicate.
Not. I can't make a saddle. I don't think I can make a saddle, but I can paint the horse so that it looks cool, and I'll show you how to do. That's actually I'm glad we talked about
a future episode.
So this will be a future episode. So if you're into really horses, I don't know how much Mark's horses are going for these days, but they're certainly not going at prices like these things are. So that would be a nice way to show you how to make a horse that looks halfway decent, and then I'll show you a couple websites where you can get tack, saddles, bridles, that sort of thing. It may cost a lot more for those things than it will cost for the horse itself and the paint that you use to paint it. But yeah.
Stay tuned. We'll figure it out.
We'll try to figure out. And there may be some really economically priced saddles that I can find through internet distributors or maybe on eBay. I'll look around.
Worst comes to worst, maybe I can print one.
That's
Maybe.
an idea.
Maybe.
That's an idea.
But we don't like doing that too much because few, if any of you actually
have ever expressed
a 3D
a need.
printer.
Well, actually, but they haven't expressed a need for wanting one of these things. So,
True.
But if we did create something that you really, really liked, and as long as we have the model, we can make it for you, and maybe just charge something really reasonable. Nothing like eBay. In terms of waiting forever to get the thing and paying so much for it, and anyway, I digress too. So anyway, but I'll show you how to do a Mark's horse. Those are, I'm going to guess, still pretty darn economical.
What did you pay for a Mark's horse last time you bought one? That off the top of your head?
$30.
Really?
Something like that.
That is cheap.
That is pretty good if you just have a little faith in spray paint. It's all I used to spray. Well, other than the eyes. The eyes, you have to be a little more, of course, careful with the eyes. But and the mane. But a little brush, you're going to be okay.
They weren't terribly careful with that eye.
No. On this side, the circle is wide, but the bottom of the eye seems to be covered by the material. They used to sell on eBay. I tried to find the place, but they used to sell a whole piece like this, with different colors and so forth. Somebody did it on eBay under the Barbie Ken section, toy section, not under our section. But I can't find them anymore. I bought 2 of them, and then dummy me sold them. That's before I really thought about doing a channel or anything. Years ago. Now I'm kicking myself because one of them was indeed black. I think the other one was white, and it looks cute on a horse, like a Mark's horse. It would look great. Anyway, we digress. But
again,
let me move the horse out of the way and just let you see the figures one more time. So what we'll do now is basically just pause and show you closer ups at each figure, and then we'll say our goodbyes. Anyway, so we'll pause now. So this head sculpt is from Ace Toys. It's a Vietnam Radio Man head sculpt. The next head sculpt is an unbranded head sculpt. The next one is Jake Gyllenhaal when he portrayed Mysterio. So it's a Hot Toys head. The next one is a Coup model head, St. John Hospitaller Medieval Knight. And the final head is actually an easy and simple head sculpt, Special Missions, U.S. military head sculpt. This horse is ACI, International Limited, War Horse. Here's one last look at our male medieval knight set.
Male?
I don't know why I did that. It just felt right. Our male versus our female. I don't know.
I don't know. It seemed like thing to do at the time.
The
brain fart. It's late.
Anyway, here's our male medieval knight set. I hope you've liked what you've seen. If you have, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. In the meantime, everyone, have a great day.
All right. Are we ready to start this?
I'm trying to find my spot. You know, it's gotta be my best side. Stop it!